You know where it's cool, Colby?
What's that, Barry?
Do you know where it's cool?
Where's it cool?
In Nazareth. What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This.
Music.
Ho, 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 everybody. Welcome to the second week of Christmas month.
Christmas month.
And as you guys know, this year it's all of Colby's picks, and it seems like he's gone with a little bit of a theme-ish. I don't know if it's a theme. Maybe he just wanted some little singing, a little bit more singing.
I didn't realize that this was as much singing as it was.
Oh my god! Like the last part of this movie was like 30 minutes of it.
Right.
And
I enjoyed.
Not bad.
I picked this movie. Here, we'll do this, and then I'll tell you why I picked this movie.
Okay. All right. Welcome to the Cat in the Hat trailers. Old and jaded Mr. Madsen has become. He sighs heavily whenever December 25th comes. Stuck teaching at a school at the bottom tier, he's become everything he has always feared. When Jennifer left, all hope did too, until Mr. Poppy puts him in a corner. Oh shoot. Will he be able to put on a play, get the bigwigs from Hollywood to come that day? Or will he get stuck in this hole Poppy put him in and be blamed for this entire predicament? This is 2009's Nativity.
Yes.
Yeah, see, it's a little, I gave y'all a little bit of MF Doom at the end. Put him in predicament.
The rhyming, it's so Christmas. Yeah.
So why'd you pick this movie, Colby?
So, like the main character, he's
Watson.
Yeah, and he's in Wakanda Forever.
Oh, he is the agent.
Yes, he's the white guy from Black Panther.
The White Wolf?
The white good guy.
Well, the White Wolf was in Black. No, he was only at like towards the end of things, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't in the Wakanda movie. Right. But yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot he was the agent. He's like, another broken white boy for me to fix.
But you're right. He also was Watson from the Sherlock Holmes. But that was with Cumberbatch, right?
Yeah, with Cumberbatch.
That was a good.
That's a good show.
That was a good Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, honestly, you could have just made those into movies, and there are only like 3 episodes.
Right.
I'm down to watch a Sherlock Holmes
right,
movie.
Yeah, because they were episodes with like the shortest little series ever, but 4 seasons.
I know, it felt like one of those things they always drop during Christmas or something like that.
Yeah.
But funny enough, I was like, oh, let's see who's in this series, because I wanted to see if I recognize anybody. David Tennant is in the second one.
Okay.
The
other doctor, yeah.
And I was like, oh, he's too big for this. I want to see, like, no whatever to the other doctors. Like Matt Smith is obviously getting his work in the Game of Thrones show.
Right. But
David Tennant, when he was in Jessica Jones, equally as good, and everyone was scarred because they're like, no, that's my favorite doctor.
Right. And now he was the Purple Man.
It's such a weird bad name, like bad name villain guy, But I super menacing in that one.
Yep.
But let's talk about this movie. Starring Mr. Madsen, who is, we start off kind of like almost like a classical like holiday film, like they had this sort of what's it called, narration, like with the night before,
right,
or just like a lot of classic holiday films, but like more for like jaded adults versus kids. But Mr. Madsen, he talks about how his girlfriend Jennifer and his friend Gordon used to be the 3 musketeers of the what's it called, like the acting world.
Yep.
They were thespians.
Yeah.
All in stage plays. They all had dreams. Mr. Madsen, I believe he wanted to write plays, I think. I forgot. Direct. So, yeah, maybe that. Jennifer wanted to produce them.
Yep.
She wanted to have a hand in them. And then Gordon also, he wanted to be like the star.
Yeah, he just wanted to be the star.
Yeah, because he had a pretty big head, but the mighty have fallen after you see him 6 years later, half bald. I always think it's so weird being half bald. Like, Colby, if you ever like lose that mane of yours, if you go half bald,
I'm just shaving it. I don't care if I have a big bulbous head. I can't do the horseshoe.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna call it. When did you think that had to have died? Like early 90s. You're like, you can't have the horseshoe. Very minimal people can like pull that off. The only person that really comes to mind is Inconceivable.
Oh, right. Yes.
I can't imagine him without it.
Yeah. And he's had that same haircut for 30 years.
Oh, he was definitely one of those kids that like got bald in high school.
Yeah.
But we learned that not everything can stay the same. So Mr. Madsen, he finds out that Jennifer gets a job in LA, so she moves to Hollywood to pursue her dreams.
Right, of course, yeah. And you wouldn't be a guy who would stop her from doing that.
Yeah, and he was like, well, if this doesn't work out, I'll become a teacher. And they make fun of it as like those who can't act teach. Which it's kind of harsh,
but it's a funny
truth.
Yeah. You hear that.
It's bittersweet.
That kind of that saying's been around for a while.
I know, and it's depressing every time I hear it. It's such a depressing saying. And Gordon, he also becomes a teacher, but he becomes a teacher at like the posh school.
Yes.
The one that's like $50,000 a year to be at. Oh my god.
Right. And then it's in England, so there's like British schools.
Yeah, they're all like in small parts of like a small town in England, like big enough to have like that prestigious type of school, but not like in the city.
But right, yeah. Gordon's kind of like the private school, and
Mr. Madsen
he's like public school.
Yeah. But we learned that, so it goes 5 years later. Mr. Madsen is teaching, but he kind of doesn't have his heart into this thing. He's like kind of talking down to the students. He's like, what a useless lot. And I figure maybe this is like the downtrodden school of this area, that he has such a kind of like a negative outlook on these children.
Right. And then he also, his first year, he tried to put on a play.
The Nativity.
And he got
panned.
Yeah. And Gordon put on the play the same year, and Gordon got 5 stars. And Mr. Mack got like -2 stars.
I don't even know how you do that,
because the reviewer guy's a douchebag,
right? Or he's just like really into Gordon. I don't know. It could be either one.
It could be either way, yeah.
But yeah, so this year it's the final year of the headmaster of Mr. Mad School.
Yep.
And she was like, after the debacle of last year's play, I feel like before I leave, I want Mr. Madsen to put on a play. And he's like, well, no. Because he's already been scarred, He already hates Christmas because that's when Jennifer left him.
Right, yep.
Because also Jennifer was the one that made him love Christmas so much.
Yep. And basically plays and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. And now, the first time he tried to put on a play, it got panned. So it's just a lot of scars over there.
Right.
Just like I would hate Christmas too.
Yeah, and he so does not want to do it, but she's just the headmistress is just like, you're the only one with a resume to do this.
And I would love to see a play from you before I retire.
Yeah.
And he's just like, fine. But then she's also like, oh, I also have a teaching assistant for you.
You're right. And he's like, okay, well, I don't really have to put a lot of work in this. The teacher's assistant will
we'll pull the weight for me.
Yeah.
And man, okay. And so when he goes back to teach his class, he's like, he sees this Nick Frost Great Value like version. He's Nick Frost, but the Great Value, the Kroger brand.
Yeah, I was like, he's Billy Madison mixed with the best friend from
Shaun
Shaun
of
of
the
the Dead. Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, you know what? He would have a real career as just like one of those, what's it called? Like those TV guy hosts for kid shows.
Right. Yeah. Like Blue's Clues, something.
Yeah, like Blue's Clues. Just like he has like this energy that's like perfect for children.
Right.
And it is absolutely dreadful for adults.
Right. And it's also not good for a school.
Oh, yes.
Like if it was a daycare, yeah.
Perfect.
Right.
Yeah, but like, fifth, sixth graders, it's already hard enough to like retain their attention.
Yeah.
But now you have somebody hyping them up, like getting them all riled up.
Right. And he'll throw out ideas and the kids are all like, what?
Yes.
And the teacher's like, no, you can't do that. And then he'd be like, do you want to do what the teacher says? Or do you want to do what I say? And the kids are all like,
Mr. Puppy. And it's just absolutely terrible for this guy. And so, like... And so when we first see him, he's like, Mr. Madsen is trying to keep the class under control, but Mr. Poppy is like, oh, let's go. It's time for recess. And he's playing freeze tag with them. And
yeah, he's got his coat like wrapped around his shoulders like a cape.
Yeah, completely undermining Mr. Madsen
100%.
the entire way. But they still have to plan all these things, so they end up going to I believe like a tree.
Yeah, like a Christmas tree lot kind of.
Yeah, Christmas tree lot. They're trying to pick some up, but guess who's also there? Mr. Gordon.
Right. Whose last name is Shakespeare.
Oh yes. Oh, Mr.
Yeah.
Oh, how pretentious.
Right.
He legally changed his name to Shakespeare. Let's be honest. There's no way. But Gordon's trying to get underneath his skin. He's like, "Oh yeah, we're putting on another 5-star play." Ha ha ha. And if you've ever been in this situation, you kind of put your foot in your mouth a little too.
Right. And then he's like Jennifer's girl, right?
Jennifer's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah,
or ex-boyfriend.
So he's all like, "Oh, I heard Jennifer moved to Hollywood to become a big producer. It's too bad you don't talk to her anymore." So he's all like, "Yeah, of course I talk to her.
Yeah, we're friends
all the time."
Yeah, we're still friends. She's actually coming over here. Blah blah blah. And he's like, he's bringing Hollywood people to see the play. And, normally that would just be like an afterthought, like just to get under his skin. But Mr. Poppy is eavesdropping.
Right.
Oh, I'm not going to lie. I know what this movie wanted to do, but there was hints of brilliance into Mr. Poppy's character.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if it was me, I would have punched him in the throat.
Oh, right. 100%.
Yes. Because he runs back to school and he's all like, guess what, children? Hollywood is coming. And he goes around the school. And, Mr. Madsen, he kind of just calls it a day after getting the tree. He heads home.
Right.
But by morning time, the local news is there.
Yeah.
The principal or the headmaster's like, "Oh, Mr. Madsen, this is wonderful news. My school has always been at the bottom, and now these bigwigs are coming here to see the children."
Right. And every time they say something, Mr. Poppy it's probably it's like are the kids gonna get paid? And Mr. Madsen's like, no. And Mr. Poppy's like, oh, I thought I heard him say like $1 million or something. I don't know, £1 million. I don't know. And so everybody's like, what?
He's like, no. But and so when Mr. Madsen tries to get this whole rumor under control, they've already had this assembly, and all the kids are like looking at him, and he's just you can't. What do you do, right? And he's just like,
yep.
Well, I wish Hollywood was here now.
Yeah.
But he drags Mr. Poppy in very, very, very rough style. And he's like, you better tell those kids right now that you misheard, that you made a mistake. Oh, it is just a predicament.
Right.
Because this is like in America, maybe you can kind of swing it realistically.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
6,000 miles away. You gotta get on a plane with 3 meals.
Right. Yeah. You if you live in L.A., you can fake somebody from Hollywood coming out there, and or you find somebody who thinks they're a producer to come watch your play. Yeah. You pull it off.
Yeah,
but you're right. Yeah.
But and this thing kind of just keeps spiraling out of control to the point where, obviously they start rehearsing, and we get like a very adorable montage of like the kids' auditions, and I really loved it. That one girl's all like, "And I'm just a teenager, baby."
I was cracking up. That's so funny, especially because right now that song is like making such a comeback.
Oh, right, because of TikTok, those TikTok algorithms, but it was so funny because it's like so adorable.
Yeah,
you got one kid, was it Ollie, who could just turn as red as a tomato. It's always funny watching little kids' talents.
Yeah, and the littlest one who thinks he's like a breakdance superstar. Yeah.
That kid, when he gets older, he's gonna get himself into so much trouble.
Right. Yeah.
This
was 2009. I'm sure he's already in jail.
Well, watch him be like the prime minister of like. He's like, "Excuse me, I am not in jail. I am in negotiations." But it's super adorable, right? And then like it's weird because we get like a lot of these like sweet moments with the kids,
right?
A lot of the kids, one of the kids is like, "Well, Mr. Madsen says we're useless," and she's like, "Whoa, when did I say that?" And he's like, "Sam heard you when you was talking to the principal." He's like, "No, that's not true." I think you're misconstruing everything that I'm talking about. But
right, and he did basically say that. He was like, "These kids are useless. They have no talent, and I have no talent. This is going to be the worst play ever. We should cancel it."
All right, exactly. But and it's funny too because like it's kind of hard to talk about this movie like step by step, just because like this plot is pretty linear. So me and Kobe right now are just giving you the meat of what's in the middle.
Right.
But like Mr. Poppy learns why Mr. Madsen is such a grumpy grump.
Yep.
Somehow the kids know. But they're like, "Mr. Poppy."
Well, because obviously Mr. Poppy can keep no secrets.
Oh, yes.
Except for that he knows that this isn't real. But besides that, he keeps no, like he has no filter.
I have no clue how these kids know that Mr. Madsen's girlfriend left him 5 years ago.
Oh, because Poppy just spills the beans.
No. The kids tell Mr. Poppy that. Because Mr. Poppy is like, "Why is Mr. Madsen so grumpy?" And the kids tell him, it's like, "Well, his girlfriend left him 5 years ago."
Oh, okay.
And I was like, how did the kids know that? Damn, this is a small town. But meanwhile, all this prep is going, all this planning is going on. Mr. Gordon is over there at the prep school, and he's like, "Oh, we need something more dark." And he's like, "All right, we're gonna put on a play about King Herod."
Yeah.
Which was the king in the Nativity situation. I don't really remember this story too much. I can't really give you the bones of that.
Me neither. But
yeah, and so while this is all happening, the kids, they're preparing. They're trying to get the play on the road. Mr. Madsen is having these very sweet moments with the children. Some of them are like, "Oh, well, I don't want to do it because I feel like I'm going to look stupid." And all that stuff, and he's like, and I think parts of him still really care about teaching. He's like, you're not gonna look stupid. Like, you sound great up there. You look like a star.
Yep.
And he's just he keeps encouraging them. One of the kids, Ollie, he wants to be Joseph. And later we do learn that in the letters to Santa box.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to be Joseph, so like my mom can finally come see me because I don't get to spend time with her, and I want her to see me like shining.
Right? Yeah. When he goes through the letters to Santa, and then half the letters are like, "Oh, we want to do this play so we can make our teacher happy.
Yeah.
We hope that he gets to go to Hollywood to see his girlfriend."
Yeah.
And stuff. Yeah, and it's like
super
heart, like
super sweet kids.
Yeah. Like,
we wish Mr. Madsen
my
would
eyes
be
all
happy.
welled up. I didn't cry or nothing.
like,
not like that,
but like while this is happening though, right? Slowly, all the adults start to kind of learn that Hollywood isn't real.
yeah.
And this is where like it kind of made my blood boil, right? Because Mr. Poppy kept deflecting blame onto. He's like, "Oh, why did you lie?" and I was like, "Oh, I want to punch you so bad." Because usually when you have characters that are like super grating like this, like very, just very childlike, as an adult, it's not like adorable, and you're kind of like start like
Right.
balling your fist up.
Yep.
Taking no accountability.
From last week, it was the little doll who was like the mastermind behind stealing all of the ideas from Mr. Jangles. And then at the end, when the police show up, they were like, what? They weren't your ideas?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
You little toy, I'm busting you.
And what's it called? But like, even though like the headmaster hasn't found out, they get invited to a one of those city hall parties.
Yes.
He's like, "Oh, Mr. Madsen, this is wonderful news. Everybody from Hollywood is coming."
Right. Yeah. It's because we're a small town and Hollywood is going to take notice of us. This is fantastic.
Exactly. And they're like, we will even give you guys the chapel. This chapel that's probably haunted. And like,
but Mr. Gordon was hoping that his play was going to be there, so
Nope.
it's like he is now super butthurt. That
yeah, and like, and then Mr. Madsen's play is getting like sponsors from local businesses,
right?
Which I was like, I don't know if you still want that because you're still a local business. Like Hollywood isn't going to start like, oh yes, we're contacting you, but. I digress.
But still, you got all the people from town knowing
Just
about
super excited.
So if you're like, hey, Joe's Bag of Donuts is a sponsor, then everybody's like, oh, let's go get a donut.
Matthew's Cobble Pots.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, baguettes.
Yeah. But and so Mr. Madsen, he Mr. Poppy goes to Jennifer's parents' house because he's really pushing Madsen to be like, call your ex-girlfriend. Maybe we can convince her to come.
Right.
I'm like, man,
right. Because he's childlike in optimism.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, no, just call her because, of course she's going to come.
I want to punch him so bad. But then, like, when he goes to the parents' house, he throws Mr. Madsen under the bus just so many ways.
So, but because he's so dumb, like, he's just so naive. He's like, he's like, I don't even know Jennifer's number. I don't even know where she's at. He's like, well, don't you know somebody? He's like, yeah, I know her parents live here. And he's like, well, you guys had a dog together, so tell the parents the dog passed and you wanted her number so you could call her and tell her the dog passed.
And see, right there, it could have been as simple as that. But
right.
Then he's like, yeah, and then Mr. Madsen, he put firecrackers into the dog and the dog exploded.
Because he's like, well, what are you going to tell them when they ask how the, and he's like, they would never ask how the dog died. I wouldn't ask that.
Would you? Out of character.
I probably would.
You would ask?
I would, like, curiosity. Like, it's like,
Well,
oh
I
my
mean,
God,
like,
your poor dog.
So, like,
what happened?
Well, okay, but then you think about the timetable, right? 5 to 6 years have already passed, and we don't know how old the dog is prior to that.
That's true.
It could have just been like natural causes.
Right.
And it was like a mid-sized dog. I think the big dogs have a 8 to 9 year lifespan. This one, 10 to 12.
But yeah, like, it's one of those things that goes and he says, like, what are you going to say when they ask when the dog, I don't know, the dog exploded. They're not going to ask, and so then you find out that they asked and he said the dog exploded and they obviously have questions. They're like, what? How did the dog explode? And they're like, crackers, but there was firecrackers and then he blew up the dog. So now the parents are like,
you monster.
You're right. Disgusted by him.
Right? Really? And it could have really just been like natural causes.
Right. Yeah.
Diabetes.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Sometimes you can't help giving the dog snacks.
Right. Right. It didn't look like a kind of dog that would last that long. I mean,
but the parents are trying to tell him, like, well, she's busy in her heart-shaped hot tub with her new boyfriend, Dylan.
Yes.
But Mr. Madsen, he does end up deciding he's like, I have to go to Hollywood,
Right.
to try to make this thing happen because there's too many people that are like now counting on it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like Mr. Madsen, okay, like as jaded as he is, he's like his lessons are pretty like decent. You know, he's all like lies don't heal anything. They just make things worse type of deal. I forgot how he said it. He said it in a pretty British way.
Right.
But
he even feels guilty for lying, and he even goes like to the priest, and he's like, I gotta ask, this is for the kids, not for me. But you know, little white lies are okay, right? And like it's just like the big like Protestant, big Protestant lies are the bad ones, right? And he's like, what do you?
A lie.
Lies. He's like, but like if you're like, mom's food is not good, and you're just like, yeah, it was delicious. You know, those are okay, right? And he's like, no, it's still a lie. Why don't you tell her? And then next time,
you'll have better food.
She'll have better food. And it was like, crap. At my age, I that never crossed my mind like that. I'm always like, yeah, of course that was good. I'll choke that down every time you make it.
Well, no, it's because like we get taught as like children, it's like, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all, or
right.
And it's just like, well, sometimes it's just the way you word things, you know. Like let's be honest, like sometimes. Yeah, you're like, you don't have to hurt her feelings. Like, no, I should. That way she'll get better.
Right.
But, you know, you don't be like, dude, this shit is trash. Are you trying to poison me? No, you just be like, look, it's like kind of salty. Like,
you don't going to be Simon on American Idol.
Exactly, right? But Mr. Madsen ends up going to Hollywood, and Mr. Poppy brings along two of the children. He's like, I have permission slips. I have their passports. I got the tickets. And I was like, where the fuck does this guy get money for tickets?
Who knows?
And so Mr. Madsen and the two kids go because he believes that he got consent.
Right. Oh yeah, because Mr. Poppy's like they're the two best singers, so
yeah, they can
show everybody.
But Mr. Madsen ends up finding the agency that Jennifer works at after kind of going around LA,
like aimlessly. They're like they're up on the mountain, they're walking the beach. You know, it's like what?
They're like passing like the Hollywood sign, or Beverly Hills sign, but they end up finding her, and we just actually find out that she's just a secretary. Well, not just a secretary, but she's a secretary and not an executive producer.
Right.
Which are two very different.
Very different.
But she does work in a entertainment like company. Mm-hmm. But she's a secretary. And they're able to kind of push their way into meeting like the CEO somehow.
Yeah, they just kind of barge in.
And he has the kids kind of perform for them, but they kind of choke.
Right.
Like not choke, but like, you know, it's a kid's play, you know, like, and this guy is a Hollywood producer,
and it's right after he kind of like gets blown off by Jennifer and like her boss.
Yeah, but like, they get blown. Yeah, he gets blown up after that. Like they go back to Hollywood, or they go back to London, or to Britain or UK or whatever it's called now.
Right.
I don't know, Brexit. And the headmaster actually finds out like the Hollywood's not coming. They had took kids without permission, and he's like, what are you talking about? I got permission slips right here. And then we find out that Poppy doctored him, or Desmond doctored them.
Right. That he didn't even really look at the permission slips. It's got like, they're like filled out by the kids. Like the little pictures on them and stuff.
I know, but like, you know, like if I handed you two children and I'm like, here's permission slips, you'd be like, okay, you would give me the benefit of the doubt as another adult that like I'm not trying to get you charged for kidnapping.
Yes.
But then like the headmaster ends up saying like, you know, play is canceled. You're going to be terminated after this term. And Desmond, you're a disappointment. Or Mr. Poppy, you're a disappointment. Go get out of here.
Right. It turns out that he basically has the job because he's the
nepotism.
The sister's
son.
Is
his nephew. They're like, that's his nephew. That's her nephew, right? But the kids are like super, like they're sad and everything. And he's trying to teach, and they're like, how many of you guys miss Mr. Poppy? All the kids raise their hand. And so he's like, you know what? We worked too hard. Let's put on this play. What's it called? Mr. Madden goes to Poppy, for some reason apologize for telling the truth. Well, because before this, Mr. Madsen does see King Herod, directed by Gordon.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to see that play. It is super dark. I want to see it. I want to see it performed by the exact same age group because it's super dark for kids.
Right. Yes.
They have a part where they tear a baby apart,
And it's all like red ribbons, so it looks like flowing blood. Yeah, it's
amazing.
It's
Amazing. And they throw it at the reviewer, and he's like, 5 stars once again. But yeah, they end up. The last 30 minutes of this movie is the play, but in the middle, super good songs. Everything's cool in Nazareth,
right. Yeah, and it's one of those things where you kind of see earlier is
see them practicing it.
Yeah, and then Mr. Poppy's kind of changing the words as the songs are being sung.
Yeah,
and it goes from a very classical Christmas
songwriting
song,
yeah,
to a much more fun, kid friendly kind of.
Yeah, and that part was amazing for Mr. Poppy because the song, the lyrics that Mr. Madden was trying to make them sing, it's too much for children.
Right.
You have to if you're writing songs for a specific group, you have to kind of cater to that sort of style.
Yeah.
They're children, so they can't do I wasn't too fond of her, she wasn't too beautiful, into she was kind of ugly. But I'm liking it or whatever. You know, there's something simple for kids, and that's probably the greatest thing Mr. Poppy did. Because, all right, well, let me finish. So the rest of the thing is the musical. Halfway through, Gordon interrupts and is like, "Hollywood's not coming. You're all here for no reason." And then a helicopter shows up from the middle of the sky,
right?
And we find out that Jennifer was able to convince her boss to come.
Yep.
And it's funny during that scene where she's trying to convince her boss, she's like, I come here, I do this and that, and he's like, that's what you're paid to do.
Every day I collect your mail, I bring you coffee. He's like, yeah, because that's your job, that's what we pay you to do.
For 3 years I've been here doing this, and I'm like, that's not a long time. I'm more sad that you haven't moved up from that position executive secretary. But they end up showing up, and then everyone's like, yeah. And then we get a really good musical number. The last song, one of the ones is pretty dangerous. We have TJ coming in from the top of the cathedral.
That's right.
The mom about to fucking pass out. I was really worried this kid was about to get Owen hearted. It always makes me nervous when I see stuff like that because I'm I don't know if you guys have been listening to us enough, or maybe you didn't catch this tidbit, but my first WWF pay-per-view was that one.
A memorable one, yes.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, and then the last song, everybody kind of gets a shout out. We find out that some of the kids from the private school is actually performing in the same play. Super talented, dancing kids.
Yep.
And it kind of just ends in a fun way. They even had the CEO dancing, kind of grooving to the whole song. And, Jennifer ends up coming back to London, staying with Mr. Madsen, and the movie ends.
Yeah.
Great movie. I'm not going to lie. The only thing that made me mad was Mr. Poppy. Well, before we start talking about our feelings on this movie, let's find out the other feelings of the IMBD users. Kobe. And so in our other section, high star, low star.
So we got a 9 out of 10. Absolute delight to watch. What a delightful film. I watched it on a recent flight thinking I'd go for something light that would keep me awake, not expecting too much really, and then I was absolutely delighted by this feel-good movie. Great and very convincing performance by Martin Freeman, and Mr. Poppy, Mark Wooten, is an absolute joy to watch, but it is definitely the children that make this film so special. Some of them are absolutely hilarious. Great soundtrack too, songs that stick in one's mind even long after watching the film. This is truly one of the best, most heartwarming, and most enjoyable Christmas films I've ever seen, and it goes to show what a director doesn't need, or that a director doesn't need a huge budget to put together a film that's a joy to watch for everybody, children and adults alike.
All right. And then we got 3 out of 10, poor. I watched this before and I didn't really enjoy it, but then I watched it the second time and loved it. So I went back to the first and was like, I love Mr. Poppy's character now, but nope, still hated it. The lead just seems very poor. He's there for the money. I don't know if this was the case, but for me, it felt like the connections didn't work. Comedy needs the leads to have a chemistry. This didn't feel like they had any, unfortunately. And I'm like midway. I'm mid between the top rating and the bottom rating.
Right?
Because I think what's it called? What's his name? Mr. Madsen. His real name is Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
Martin Freeman, I think, is like one of those perfect straight men. Like he's good to play off of.
Yes.
Unfortunately for me, Mr. Poppy kind of didn't hit the notes he needed to hit. Because like this movie, it's one of those. It's supposed to be one of those like classical, feel good holiday movies,
right?
I think unfortunately, Mr. Madsen is a much more relatable character than I wish for him to be. Just a jaded adult about the holidays.
Yeah. Yes, I totally see what you mean. Because like, if they played Mr. Poppy a little bit, not to copy other movies, but if they played him a little more like Jack Black played in like School of Rock.
Yeah.
Because there was a little bit of similarities between the two, but yeah, like he was like a little too wild and obnoxious to be like even kept as a teacher. Like it was just,
oh my God.
Like they at least needed to play him trying to play that part, but then getting excited about the play and then going overboard.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have worked a little better, but it was kind of like they were like, oh, here's your special needs teacher assistant that's just a giant kid. Yeah.
And I think that's where it kind of like, I think Martin Freeman played his part perfectly. Mr. Madsen is like, the jaded teacher and all that stuff, kind of giving up on the school, whatever. And that's fine. That's not, I wouldn't say it's not a hard part to play, but it's it has its lane.
Right. Yep.
But like the heart of this movie was really like, obviously the kids are the heart of the movie, but it's also supposed to be Mr. Poppy. And it feels like there was no repercussions for any of his actions. Like, because, like midway point, we usually get that.
Right.
Like, where like Mr. Poppy would have to like look into his actions and see what he'd done wrong.
Right. Like he gets yelled at and then he goes straight, and then like the kids aren't enjoying the play and they're like, oh, you know what? Maybe if you're a little more fun like you used to be, the kids would enjoy it. And then he like,
yeah,
or whatever.
Because like this entire time, he's thrown Mr. Madsen under the bus countless times.
Right.
And like he's also abducted children.
And then Mr. Madsen always says no, but then Mr. Poppy's like doesn't even convince him. Just is like, okay, I'm gonna go take the kids to the hospital to watch a live childbirth. and Mr. Madsen's like, no, we can't do that. And then the next scene, like they're there. Like so it's like he's like, yeah, like you said, like
and so that's why I think if Mr. Poppy had a point in the movie where he had to sort of think, like tone it down, understand like where the professionalism had to be at, but also like, and then towards the end when the play gets closer, he has to like let, shake it off a little bit and like be the fun, like theater teacher that he could be possibly,
Right.
Then like great, you know. But then the whole time he's just like, there was like barely any like repercussions for this guy, like even to the point where Mr. Madsen is like, I need you back, I'm sorry for everything that I said. And I was like, don't you dare let him off the
Yeah.
because then like we have a couple American movies like this where like the teacher's a little too fun, you know,
Right.
like you know, the maybe like, you know. But I think the real heart of this film is like lies with the kids.
Yeah.
And their interaction with like Ollie talking about his mother. I like the part where like, you know, like when he had to break up the fight, and he's like, "Ooh, I didn't know you're the." He's talking to the little kids. I didn't know you're the director. Who? What made you say that you get the pick? What made you say that he'll let the whole school down? As far as I'm concerned, you let the whole school down. And I was, oh my god. But you know, it's like it's just like a strict thing. You know, like it's very harsh to say those kind of things to each other, and you know. But I like in the play, everybody got to be Mary and Joseph.
I thought that was a brilliant way to settle that, because you had kids who were fighting over not so much Mary, but there was a number of boys who were like, I want to be Joseph.
Yeah, you know, they wanted to be a little bit of a star. Oh, hilarious. They had the little boy band. And I was like, oh, it was very... Oh, another thing is like where they're trying to put the boy band together, and Mr. Poppy is like, yeah, he's hot. He's proper hot. And Mr. Madsen is like, I don't think we should be talking about children in that context. He's like... And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot this movie came out in 2009. But yeah, like what was like your favorite parts of the film, Colby?
I thought it was like a really cleverly done. I love that there was like they have the interaction, like it was like, even though they shouldn't have gone to the hospital, it was like he was like, we're gonna go to the hospital to watch a baby being born, and they're like, no, you like every other kid in every other school, you just pretend. And they're like, he's like, no, you can't pretend if you haven't seen it. And so they go to the hospital and they watch a baby being born, and it's like it's the two teachers that pass out.
Horrifying. I remember when I first saw that video in freshman year of high school, I was like, oh my god. Then I thanked the Lord. I was like, oh, thank you, boy. I was born a boy.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, you know what's funny? I asked, we have a friend named Sarah, and I asked her, I was like, hey, if you could like just grow a baby in like one of those little chambers, she's like 100%. Because you know, some people would be like, oh, I want to feel it like inside of me, you know, and then but she was like, nope, I don't want my body to get all messed up.
Grow that thing in a lab,
right? She's like, then you get like hemorrhoids, you get stretch marks. Oh my god! Then your like vagina has to heal, because like they have to cut like the skin between like the vagina wall and the anus. I was like, oh my god!
Right, because we're people and we don't do things naturally anymore.
Well, no, like it just rips. It'll rip naturally, but like they're like, now let's make it a little bit easier. Yeah. Just cut that whole. Oh.
Yeah.
Or like you have to be like my mom and get a cesarean. So some say I've never been born. Don't they say that about kids from C-sections? I think that was like in a movie one time. Like, the child was never born. I was like, why? Because it was a C-section. I was like, gee, what?
In no offensive way, I have a gay friend, and he's like, I'm a platinum gay. And I was like, what does that mean? He's like, because my mom had me cesarean, so I've never touched a vagina.
That's what the plus means at the end. Did you ever hear that sound of that kid? He's like, what's the LBGTQ plus? What does that mean? Like premium? Oh man. Sorry to go off the rails there. But like this movie has 3 other sequels.
Does it?
It has 4 movies. This is their Santa Claus. You know, Tim Allen.
Yeah. Interesting.
What happened?
I'll check him out.
What happened to Tim Allen? I know he's old.
He's in another show.
Oh, Last Man Standing?
Yes. It is the opposite of
Home Improvement.
His Home Improvement. Because Home Improvement, he was father of 3 boys, and then Last Man Standing, he's the father of 3 girls.
Oh, the nightmare.
Yeah. And this one he owns like the Big Bass Shop. What is the
Big Bass
Bass Pro Shops? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so this thing has like 4 sequels, and Mr. Poppy is in all of them. And I was like, I can't.
Interesting, yeah.
The character for me is just like, I can't.
I wouldn't have thought that this would have been.
Well, maybe I'll watch the second one because it does have David Tennant.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, and like the review did say, like, I like the second one. Not so much the first one.
Oh,
maybe Martin Freeman wasn't for him. It's also the first movie. It's kind of like maybe some people were like, "Ooh, Mr. Poppy did not have any resolution of his actions."
Okay, no, that
so maybe in the second one he does.
Could be.
Or Doctor Who just turns him into an assistant.
If they go to four of these, then there's not that much resolution.
Oh yeah, because he's in all of them. I think he's like the main character of the third and the fourth one, which I kind of saw coming. You know, he feels that way.
So the second one, like they straighten him up enough that he becomes gets his teacher's license. Maybe. And then like third and fourth one, he's like in charge of the play.
Yeah, you know, and it's fine. Like he seems like he'd be a really good, like a decent like theater teacher,
right?
Or like at least he makes songs. He should be a songwriter,
exactly,
for a children's show. But yeah, I wasn't expecting this to be like a musical.
Right, but yeah, like the thing said, it's got catchy songs. Like they stick in your head. They
do. Everything's cool in Nazareth,
right?
I was like, when I saw this, blasphemous. How dare they bastardize the Bible?
I will have to say though, I laughed out loud when they were they're at the governor's, I don't know, whatever.
Oh, the chocolate.
The governor's house, and she puts her hand up on the chocolate fountain and leans against it, and then just ignores that there's chocolate all over her arm.
Yeah,
and then they announce the teacher, and she gives him a hug, and then he's got chocolate on his face and all over his back, and it's just nobody acknowledges it. It's just
I was like, what's going? No one is seeing this right now. Is this chocolate situation a real thing right now? No one's gonna say anything about it. No one's gonna get cleaned up. Oh man, yeah.
And then it turns out to be this weird sexual tension between
the mayor
and the school professor or the headmistress.
Yeah. I was like, why? What's going on? But hey, we never get they may be probably hooked up. She retired and all that stuff. Who knows? Right. But the songs are probably the best part of this whole movie. They're the most enjoyable. They have the most they're pretty catchy. They're nice little sing along songs.
Right.
I know last week we had a musical song too. That one's a little bit harder. That one's more of a Broadway play. This one felt and you know what? I was like, not a bad play for kids.
Right.
I've been to some shitty kid plays. They're out of obligation to support, and I'm like, ugh, shit. This production is So I was like, it was just funny. It's just you started you go around the city just watching kids play so you could bash it on a blog. To be the monster of children's play.
That sounds like a whole month long of TikToks.
It's a villain arc, man. Someone's gonna try to find out who I am and cancel me.
Yeah.
First of all, this guy goes around watching kids plays, perv.
He didn't even have a kid at this school.
That's like the word. I like seeing those like situations like in shows. Or like, which one's yours? He's like, I'm trying to decide. Like two different conversations going on at the same time. I love like those parts, like those like very miscommunication situations in movies. Oh man, but just to let you guys know, we're coming up to an hour. Thank you guys for joining us. If this is the first time you guys are joining us, make sure to check out all of our other prior months. We have things like Nicolas Cage month, Demon Toys, what's called WWE Studio or WWE month, where we have movies about where all these wrestlers are in.
Right, is All-Star Wrestling Month.
Yeah. Oh yeah, all that. But we do our reviews in 4 different sections. We have Stream It, DVD It, Blu-ray It, and apparently the Ultimate Box Nativity Collection set if you want.
Right, at this point, I am curious to the box set. I might pick that up blind and just so I could
Just go for it.
Just go for it. Just get the Mr. Poppy Ultimate Collection.
No, sounds dreadful. I'm gonna let you know right.
He's like the Ernest.
You know, funny enough, never got annoyed about Ernest. You know, because he kind of just felt like an idiot. So you're like, oh, he's just an idiot. Sorry, don't mind him.
Yeah,
Mr. Poppy, I don't know. Asperger's. We knew a kid like that. We knew a kid like Mr. Poppy. And I thought he was just like, oh, that guy's weird. And then you told me, he's like, oh, he has Asperger's.
Yeah.
I was like, that makes sense now. Like, it just makes sense. Like, because, you know, when you think someone's just like, I don't know how to say this without like, oh, that guy's canceled. Without any, is Asperger's like a mental disability?
Yeah.
It's like a social disability or whatever, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah, like you're like, what's wrong with him? And then like when you told me, I was like, oh, I felt bad after that. But Kobe, where are you going at with this one?
I did enjoy it, and I would add this into like my regular Christmas watching routine. I don't know if I would go Blu-ray, probably just DVD it.
Yeah, because like this at this point, like it's a 2009 movie. There's nothing really special effects or anything heavy about it. It would be hard to justify a Blu-ray.
Right, unless the Blu-ray's got like
all 4 movies,
every kid's audition or something like that. You know, that might be.
Well, we got a little bit of that during the credits.
We did,
scene,
yeah,
which was like
exactly.
It was adorable. I was like, oh man, that one girl, she did all the flips. Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
That one kid is like, this might not be breakdancing to you, but it is. Talent. Dude, TJ was smooth. The kid doing all the like little pop locking stuff.
Yeah, cool. there was a couple kids in there who had some talent.
Yeah,
and there was some kids who didn't, and they portrayed that well.
But yeah, I think I don't know if, well, you know what? You know, the songs is what's really keeping me into the DVD range. I feel like that'd be cool to have. You could have those in the special features, like like the whole play, right? And that'd be super cool. And like the songs were pretty fun. So like I would say DVD just for the music. Super fun times. But hey, just to let you guys know, make sure you check out down below our show notes. We have our YouTube channel. Now our little our broadcaster or whatever we call it, our podcasting host, let us put it on our little description, little footnotes. Oh, so now like, you know, awesome. We have our Facebook down there. We have our YouTube channel down there. But in the show notes, we also have our Amazon affiliate links. Because me and Kobe are trying to go Canadian tuxedo at a Texas Roadhouse, and it'd be sweet to get there.
Yeah, yeah. But all our socials is probably the easiest way to get a hold of us, because we want you to tell us what you like and what you don't like, and give us some suggestions. You know, hey, we usually do things in like groups of 4, like we do like a whole month theme. You got a theme that you want, or if we start doing a theme and you want to add an episode into that, you know, let us know.
Yeah, because there's more months with 5 Sundays than I thought.
Right, we come up with 4 movies, and then at the end of the month, we're like, oh crap.
Yeah, and we also have like a little bit extra time, so we could probably fit like another episode or two in there.
Right.
But definitely give us a shout out, right? All right, thank you guys for joining us. My name is Barry,
This is Colby.
and this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out who does our theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on our album Music for Podcast 3, and our Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.